Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. We've been talking a lot about MW2 recently because honestly, the amount of information that we got on the game between myself being able to see the game early with a bunch of other creators and then also the official reveals is a lot, to say the least. And what I wanted to focus on today is all the various upgrades and changes and updates to the engine. And it's especially important for not just MW2, but also Warzone 2 as well. As we go through everything today, if you enjoy the video at any point, let me know by dropping a like on it. It really does help grow the channel. And if you're new to the channel, or if you have not already subscribed, every day I got you covered with all things going on in COD. So feel free to hit that sub button. That way you can always guarantee you are up to date. Now, for what it's worth, with basically every single new Call of Duty game that we see released, there is a quote-unquote new engine debuting with that game. Most of the time, it's just an upgraded version of that studio's previous engine. So if IW is dropping a new game, it'll be an upgraded version of the Infinity Ward engine. Same deal with Treyarch. Most of the time, same deal with Sledgehammer, although for Vanguard, it was actually an upgraded version of the MW 2019 engine. And with Modern Warfare 2 this year, and spoiler alert, with Warzone 2 this year as well, we are going to see another new, quote-unquote, new engine that's been upgraded and worked on over the years. They are claiming that the engine dropping with Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone 2 has been worked on for years, and it's a major upgrade in many different ways to what we've seen before. So that in and of itself is fantastic news. Obviously, they've heard the community's response to what the MW 2019 engine was lacking, and the Warzone engine was lacking, I should add in there as well, especially when it comes to certain gameplay features and whatnot. I'm sure some of you probably know what direction I'm headed for that. We'll talk more on that a bit later on into the video. But starting with Modern Warfare 2, the new title features the next generation engine that first debuted with Modern Warfare 2019. That's a direct quote from the Call of Duty blog. They continue on and say, Modern Warfare 2 will be the most advanced Call of Duty in history, with a truly immersive experience with stunning realistic sound, lighting, and graphics. Now, part of that, I would say, is, to be expected. As technology evolves, as, new tech enters the scene, we expect things to be upgraded and be the most advanced yet, but it really seems like they're taking the extra step with this engine update. To me, this feels like how it was going from some of the older games like BO4 jumping to MW 2019, and what an advancement that was in terms of a gameplay engine. I feel like we're going to see that again, although the main jump really will be from MW 2019 to MW 2022. So there will still be that similar feel of it being an Infinity Ward game and whatnot, but to the extreme with even more benefits and, even more upgrades than before. The reason that they say it's going to have stunningly realistic sound and lighting and graphics is because they've gone in and redone or revised or revamped the gun system for how all the weapons behave in game. The audio system for how audio works as a character and as a player in game, but also with the environment as well, and the animations for weapons and player models and the general world around you. Basically everything that the engine affects visually, with audio, everything in between, they've gone in and improved in some way, shape, or form. Some small because they were already very solid, some large, which is in the case of a lot of different things we're going to focus on in this video. Another direct quote from COD says that this engine supports a new PBR decal rendering system, world volumetric lighting, and a state-of-the-art photogrammetry system as well to make everything hyper-realistic. Some of that I don't understand. It's too technical for my brain to fully comprehend. That's more behind the scenes, super detailed dev talk. If you get that, feel free to explain it in the comments below and, enlighten some of us like me who don't fully know what a PBR decal rendering system means, but they are taking it to the next step. Some of these upgrades and some of these new features include better vehicle mechanics, and then also a big emphasis of when I got to see the game a bit early was better water mechanics. And these are two very big impacts, not only for MW2, but Warzone 2 as well. They're very intertwined, as we'll talk about here in a bit as well. This includes things like being able to blow out the tires on vehicles, mess up the driving mechanics because of that, being able to blow off doors and change the actual shape and hitbox of what a vehicle might be. Water mechanics is going to be a huge thing with all the swimming and different water-based engagements you can get into in the campaign, in Warzone, in multiplayer, whatever the case may be, with how ballistics work underwater, how the water bounces off the world, reacts to your player with waves and whatnot. Huge changes there. One of the coolest things, in my opinion, is actually how the vehicles interact with the water. Of course, as we know right now, if you touch the water on Caldera or on Rebirth, you're dead. If your vehicle touches water on Caldera or Rebirth, it's dead. It's no fun for everyone. In MW2 and Warzone 2 though, if you drive a vehicle into the water at a high rate of speed, the tires rotating will actually coast you in the water along a little bit before it starts to sink. If you somehow hit, I guess the carcass of another vehicle that's been blown up and knock it into the water, it'll slowly sink down and become a piece of cover in the water underneath the surface. Really, really cool stuff there. Obviously, one of the biggest things that I'm sure every single one of you wants to hear about is console FOV, an FOV slider for all platforms. As of right now, they have yet to state whether or not FOV is confirmed for console or if it's going to be exclusive to PC for another year. That said, with an upgraded engine, new features are going to benefit all platforms, and it's upgraded from years prior. So when we look at history here, of course, MW 2019, no console FOV slider. That was a huge drawback. We've heard complaints about that for 2+ years now. However, Cold War, console FOV slider, but different engine. Vanguard, upgraded version of the MW 2019 engine, console FOV slider. Modern Warfare 2, upgraded version, severely upgraded version, I should say, of the MW 2019 engine. There's no excuse and there's no reason not to have an FOV slider, and of course, because Warzone 2 was and is being built on the exact same engine from the ground up as MW2, it should also encompass all the features, console FOV included, that MW2 does. They're claiming this is going to be the most seamless transition in Call of Duty history, and all the future COD games as well are going to be based off of this engine too. It's going to be seamless from year to year. And some of you might hear that and say, well, there goes Call of Duty's diversity in year-to-year projects. Infinity Ward versus Treyarch versus Sledgehammer. Now they're all going to feel the same because it's all going to be the MW version. Not the case. Johanna Faries actually was doing an interview with the Washington Post the day of the MW2 reveal, and in that it was quoted, "This will in many ways be the most advanced engine we've ever utilized for Call of Duty," sort of reiterating what we said previously. And also Faries noted that even with the consolidation of the franchise around one game engine, this version of the MW 2019 engine, new versions of the game will still feel different from one another, differentiating installments of, let's say, Black Ops games versus Modern Warfare games. Again, a direct quote from the Washington Post. So this engine is the new, I guess, foundation of Call of Duty. So everything we expect to see in the future is going to be based off of this engine. Everything we've had in previous Call of Duties should be included in this engine if they're beneficial and advantageous features that provide a sound and solid gameplay experience. Things like console FOV, different audio settings. Perhaps on console now with an upgraded engine, we see different quality settings and graphic settings a little bit more expansive than what we've seen in the past. Some of that is still up for, us to find out in the coming months as we get more reveals, but overall, a lot of the concerns about the lack of gameplay features and functionality that we've had in Warzone up until this point primarily should be addressed with this new engine update. I feel like this is going to be a very big step up from what we've seen previously. That being said, that's going to wrap things up for this one. If you enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it. And if you're new to the channel or if you have not already subscribed, you already know every single day I got you covered with every single thing going on in COD. News, updates, loadouts, tips, you'll find it all right here. So feel free to subscribe with those noties turned on. That way you can always guarantee you are up to date. And if you want to check out any of my partners, be sure to use code IMMORTAL for a spicy discount on all Scuff, G Fuel, Gamer Advantage, and Control Freak products. And the links for all those can be found down in the description below. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in. And until next time, take it easy. Have an awesome rest of your day. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.